Yo, what is up guys? My name is Patrick, host of EDH Brutality, and today we're going over my top picks for Tarkir Dragonstorm. So without further ado, have you sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Welcome back folks, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for dropping by and your ongoing support. My name is Patrick, host of the EDH Brutality YouTube page, in which I upload Magic the Gathering content and analysis every Sunday. Before we jump right into today's video, a quick and special thanks to patrons like you for making videos like this possible. It should be noted, as always, as in any spoiler video, that these are my top picks, which follow no particular order in strength, making this quite subjective. So with that out of the way, here are my top 10 cards to keep an eye out for. Starting things off, we have Felothar the Steadfast, coming at 1 generic white, black, and green mana. This 0/5 legendary creature human warrior reads: each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Creatures you control can attack as though they didn't have defender. Pay 3 generic and tap. Sacrifice another creature. Draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's toughness, then discard cards equal to its power. Which honestly just seems like a better Arcades, especially because that card draw effect. Next up, we have Ironwill Forger, coming at 3 generic and 1 white mana. This 3/3 creature orc artificer reads: Lieutenant. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control your commander, target non-legendary creature you control gains Myriad until end of turn. For those that don't know what Myriad is, it's pretty broken, because Myriad is an ability which states, whenever this creature attacks, for each opponent other than defending player, you may create a token that's a copy of this creature that's tapped in attacking that player or planeswalker they control. If one or more tokens are created this way, exile the tokens at end of combat, making this card quite the powerhouse, depending what we want to copy on board. Our third slot goes into a similar card, this time coming in with mono red, that being Redoubled Stormsinger, stating: first strike, whenever this creature attacks, for each creature token you control that entered this turn, create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of that token. At the beginning of the next end step, sacrifice those tokens, which of course can go rather crazy with any goblin themed deck. Because if you play your cards right, quite literally, you can double any token that entered the battlefield, and then hopefully sacrifice them at instant speed for any type of advantage with a sack outlet. Overall, not bad for mono red. Our fourth card to showcase for the day happens to be a Jaws of Defeat. This is a 3 generic and 1 black mana enchantment spell that reads: whenever a creature you control enters, target opponent loses life equal to the difference between that creature's power and its toughness, which can be rather big, especially when paired with decks such as the previously mentioned Felothar the Steadfast. Coming in at the number 5 spot, we do have a Steward of the Harvest. For just 3 generic and 1 green mana, this 3/3 creature human druid reads: when this creature enters, exile up to 3 target land cards from your graveyard. Creatures you control have all activate abilities of all land cards exiled with this creature. Now, this was previously mentioned in my last episode of Game Winning Jank. If you're curious to see exactly what it can do, feel free to take a look down in the description below. But essentially, you want utility lands in your graveyard, and pair this thing with the right utility lands, well, then your whole board is a utility land. Up next, we do have Ureni of the Unwritten, coming at 4 generic, 1 green, blue, and red. This 7/7 legendary creature spirit dragon reads: flying and trample. Whenever Ureni enters or attacks, look at the top 8 cards of your library. You may put a dragon creature card from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest onto the bottom of your library in a random order, which for 7 mana doesn't seem like a good effect, but pair this with Flicker strategies, and you're sure enough to spit out your entire deck. Our 7th card of the day happens to be Voracious Bibliophile. For just 3 generic and 1 blue mana, this 3/3 creature dragon reads: flying and vigilance. Whenever you cast a spell with 1 or more targets, draw that many cards, which I must admit is pretty cracked. Yeah, I mean, pair this with a touch of darkness, and we're able to draw as many cards as there are creatures on the table for just 1 mana. Ugh, this is getting ridiculous. At the number 8 spot, we have Will of the Abzan. For just 3 generic and 1 black mana, this sorcery speed spell says: choose 1. If you control a commander, as you cast this spell, you may choose both instead. Any number of target opponents each sacrifice a creature with the greatest power among creatures that player controls and lose 3 life. This well as return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. I don't know what else there is to say. It's great at removal and even better at reanimation. Our second to last card of the day happens to be a shocking Sharpshooter, which is a 1/3 creature human archer for 1 generic and 1 red mana that reads Reach. Whenever another creature you control enters, this creature deals 1 damage to target opponent, which is correct. This is essentially just an impact tremors on a creature. And last but not least, how else can we close out a video based on the new set based around dragons without our final card to draw attention to, that being called the Spirit Dragons. For Wooburg, this enchantment spell reads, dragons you control have indestructible. At the beginning of your upkeep for each color, put a +1/+1 counter on a dragon you control of that color. If you put +1/+1 counters on 5 dragons this way, you win the game, which is absurdly broken. Not only is this a win con, but its Anthem effect is rather devastating. And even though it is Wooburg, the mana cost can't get any cheaper than this. Not to mention, if you do have 5 dragons on board, well, since this card counts as Wooburg, as long as you have the matching colors for their dragons, you're just gonna straight up win the game. But the way I interpret this card when reading it, especially the last part, if you put +1/+1 counters on 5 dragons this way, you win. In other words, that's throughout the entire game. Not once, but throughout the whole freaking game. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think I am. If I am, though, it's still a phenomenal card. So yeah, with that, that'll do it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed and are looking forward to this upcoming set. As always, if you want to stay tuned for future videos here on the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell down in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. So, my name is Patrick, host of EDH Brutality. I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, guys.